Welcome back to Warzone Workshop. Today I'm going to be doing some work on my chrome Makarov. I just gave away my black Makarov to some random person who had purchased an old KWA Mac 11 from me on eBay. And I was just like, you know what? You get a Makarov. I just decided to send it with the quick pro tip with the WeTech Makarov. If you're having a hard time getting that slide to go all the way to the back and then come back up, it could be because it's just not compressing the spring properly. All I did to fix it was take this tiny little tool, go up into the trigger guard area, and pull your spring away from your trigger. Just pull it towards the muzzle. Just pull it down, and then you can get this to the back and pop it off. I was having a hard time with mine. It was just really stiff. I'm not sure why. I'm trying to inspect it now. It's already picked up a wobble again. I don't know about this thing. I've sold a few things on eBay, and every time I do, I try to make it a point to send something extra, whether it be a couple extra gas mags or a Makarov or some custom parts to go on, on the gun, just to help them get it fixed up and looking really nice. Now, I got 2 magazines for this chrome Makarov. I had 1 magazine for the black Makarov, which I gave away. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some maintenance on this thing. I hadn't looked into anything about the Makarov. I just liked it, so I picked up one, and then I picked up another one. And that one ended up being really loose. And I was like, oh, I should probably look into what's up with that. I didn't. So I just gave it away. Luckily, someone was like, hey, that was a super simple fix. You could have just watched this video. They sent me a link to a video where this guy's like, you just disassemble it and then tighten the screw. And I was like, oh well. It's not really a big deal for me. I couldn't think of anything else to add to that KWA Mac 11, so sending that was perfect. Oh, I guess I should talk about how I'm doing this. Hold on. All right, let me put this back together. Oops. So yeah, with the WeTech Makarov, especially if you have the suppressor is double threaded. So you have the thread that's on the suppressor right here, and then you got this thread which goes into the inner barrel. It actually increases your FPS and all that. Apparently, we'll test all that in a little bit with the Ace Tech chronograph. But to take it apart, we're going to go ahead and eject our magazine, pull down on this little trigger guard, and then we're going to take the slide to the rear, up, pull forward, and there you go. You got your guide rods, your guide spring, your spring guide, slide spring. There you go. And you got your slide, which looks fantastic. It's got your little blowback housing and your nozzle and all that stuff all in here, along with your decocker, which is just another simple screw if that ever goes bad. Now, to get to the screw that we're looking for, we have to remove the barrel. And to do so, you're going to need to find yourself something tiny that you can push right into here. This little hole right here. Then we push out this pin right here. Push that pin out. Grab some pliers. Mine pushed from the left side of the gun to the right side of the gun. And it's got this tiny little pin. From left to right, pop it. Then I should be able to take the barrel out, hypothetically that out of the way. You can go ahead and remove your barrel if you need to. And now, would you looky there, that's our tightening screw. So now that I have that screw available, I can go ahead and take that screw out. Then we can apply some Loctite to it. Take and you would add drip Loctite. Alright, so you're gonna have to be careful with this. Your trigger guard, and I'm not very familiar with this pistol, so I could have looked at the instructions. This pushes down on a spring, which also has this tiny little steel ball, which is the detent ball for the moving trigger guard. That all said, when you take it out, you should probably just go ahead and have your trigger guard up and hold it in place. Man, it puts a lot of pressure on that. It's crazy that that tiny little spring can put so much pressure on this trigger guard. It's also probably why it gets so loose so quick. It's got to be putting pressure onto that screw, helping it rotate as it's cycling with your gas blowback. I don't know, that design, they should have put Loctite on it from the factory. I think that's a must. Shame on you, WeTech. Shame on you. Take your little metal ball and drop it in there. You take your trigger guard and slowly place it on there. Put pressure on it, but not too much. Push your pin through. You're golden, my lad. Now you got your hinge. Go ahead and tighten that now. There. No wobble. Had no idea it was that easy. Now I'm going to take my barrel. It's got little fins on the side. Slide it back in through the front. Go ahead and pull that down out of my way. It'll stop once it gets to the back. Then you're going to take your little piece. Feel for the side that's got the rough edge. And then go ahead and put it back through, right to left. I'm just going to ping it. Once you got your barrel pinned back in, go ahead and check. Almost zero wobble. That's fantastic. Go ahead and take your spring, put it back into your slide. Take your slide. Put it back on your gun. Oh yeah. Very little. No more than I'd say a Glock. Make sure everything functions. Assemble now, and hopefully I've fixed my issue. Gotta love it. That's your WeTech Makarov. Let's go ahead and chrono it. Now that it's firing properly. Like I said, the suppressor is threaded in and out, the inner barrel and the outer barrel. Let's go ahead and chrono. Got my Ace Tech chronograph ready to go. 215. Let's put on that suppressor. Now I've already taken a few shots, so it's definitely at its set velocity. Suppressor on. Go in covert in 3, 2, 316. That power-up suppressor might be something to that. That might work. I I feel like it was definitely taking more air for it to force the round out. But also, you can't say that it didn't hit harder. And that was after I'd already taken multiple shots. So, it definitely did increase the FPS. Let's go ahead and gas this magazine up one final time. Like I said, my mag lip is cracked at the top on this magazine. So, I gotta be careful when I load it. Gotta order a new mag lip. So I gotta hold it together. Put a tiny bit of gas. It's not warm in here by any means. So my gas efficiency isn't that great. I'm supposed to be doing mostly AEG stuff during this time of year, but I mean, can you blame me? It's a Makarov. Last shot, better make it count. See you next time in the war zone.